Hello, good morning. It was on this day 25 years ago that the Social Democratic Party presidential candidate Moshood Kashimawo Abiola contested for the presidency against Alhaji Bashir Tofa of the National Republican Convention. It was a long time ago, but the outcome of that fateful day remains indelible in our collective minds as a nation.
Happy Democracy Day, people. Happy Democracy Day. And of course, a beautiful morning to you, Nigeria.
We are here as usual to bring you yet another edition of your favorite morning show, Wake Up Nigeria.
The week is moving really fast. And of course, we at Wake Up Nigeria try to make it the perfect place for you to get your juices flowing for the day. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And I'm Yomi Okwe. You already know that we are streaming live right now on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. You can look us up on TVC Connect. Now for comments, you want to participate, you want to say something about June 12th,
yes, indeed.
Let us know. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
And of course, baking up a storm, we have the one, the only Chef Juliet of Cake Flair.
She's back.
Back in the kitchen.
Yeah, there are a lot of people coming back this week. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
I don't know what you're making, but I know there's some chocolate in there.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
That was the part that really got my attention. Like,
Yeah.
And it's called the webbed marbled butter cake.
Webbed.
Marbled butter cake.
Webbed marbled
butter cake.
Yes, it
nice,
sounds like it's going to taste amazing. And of course, we also have,
Straight to this morning's highlights.
of
right?
course, so much happening today. From the activities of the Nigerian University Theatre Arts Festival, which was concluded recently in Plateau State. We'll be bringing you some excerpts later on the show.
And right after that, the Kings and Queens Art will be bringing you a theatrical presentation in commemoration of Democracy Day.
Now, we all need some help when it comes to parenting, and Izefwa is not anyone that any parent should miss out on listening to in the morning, especially since she's such an expert in these things. Now, this morning she'll be joining us to discuss the importance of a father figure in every child's life.
And of course, some music is a big part of the show, and today's performance is going to be nice. We have a poet and author, Akeem Lasisi and Edo Aton, bringing us a poetry performance.
Pimples on your frangipanic face. You will be my only constituency project, Udeme. If I can dig my way.
And of course, today is as historical as it gets
Yeah.
in the political sphere of our history. Now, we'll be having a conversation with Akeem Lasisi on the importance of this day for Nigerians.
As always, your comments are important for us. Make sure that you keep the comments coming. Hashtag June 12, hashtag
Wake Up Nigeria.
Wake Up Nigeria. Let us know how you feel about this
Well,
day.
it's another holiday so quickly, you know, there was...
A holiday for some people.
Yeah, well, a lot of people
Others
are
are going
home.
back to
Let's
work.
combine all this holiday together. Me, I need this holiday, man. It's Thursday, Friday, right?
No,
Friday, Monday.
No,
Friday, Monday, pardon
Friday,
me,
Monday.
2 days.
Yes.
This is just season of holidays. Okay, but
Yeah.
it's for the fast, right?
Of course.
Okay, all right. But June 12th today, it is only in Lagos State and
Just for
Ogun State.
Lagos and Ekiti as well.
Is it Ekiti? Okay, I think I also heard.
Ekiti
Is
State as
Fayoshe
well.
recognizing it?
Yes.
Yes, Fayoshe is actually doing something quite big. Ogun State, yeah, I know Lagos and
So
Ogun State.
it's really interesting how things really turned around in just a matter of, what was it, 24 hours?
Yeah.
Everybody really got on board with it. You know, a lot of people have, come to
yes,
understand.
it was like out of the blues. It wasn't
Yes.
like a process. Like, okay, we know that a number of people do. The Southwest has been agitating for this for quite a long time, but the way it happened, it was just like out of blue. But then
But
whichever
I think it's also very significant that it's 25 years after. This is exactly 25 years after. And I think it's they're going to be doing a ceremony tonight where it's going to be officially be conferred, GCFR.
GCFR. That's an award or a conferment on former presidents. So it's a good thing that he's being recognized. Yes, he wasn't eventually, you know, sworn in, but he's being recognized as the winner of that election. But away from that, you saying 25 years got me thinking about something. I believe all four of us here were born by then. But how many of us can actually remember where we were on that day?
Oh, very good question, actually.
I do remember.
Where were you?
On June 12, I remember very clearly that, you know, because I had this kind of relationship with my dad where when he's complaining about something, he complains to me.
Okay.
You know, because I was like the only guy around the house. Can you imagine? You know, that kind of thing. So I remember that period.
I think what I can remember is just some few days after, I know that I was supposed to go to military school, Jos. And due to the situation in the country, we couldn't travel. So I'd already passed the examination in Port Harcourt. I was supposed to travel and all of that. And they were, my dad said, you can't travel the countries. How
Are you
different,
trying to mimic your dad?
how different my life would have been if I'd gone to military school in Jos.
Yes, you probably wouldn't be on the couch right here.
Inner light.
Sambisa Forest.
I didn't say anything. I just said,
Mike, if you had gone to
inner light of the studio, please.
Goodness me, he'll be so wicked. Oh my God.
You didn't tell us where you were, Sha.
Let's go to the news now. Blessing has been on standby for quite a while.
Hey, Blessing.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the updates this hour. President Muhammadu Buhari has arrived Abuja after his two-day visit to Morocco. Nigeria and the North African country signed 3 agreements, including a regional gas pipeline that extends to Europe through Morocco and would see Nigeria provide gas to countries in the West African sub-region. The pipeline will reduce gas flaring in Nigeria and create jobs. Nigeria also signed a memorandum of understanding for the development of a chemical plant for producing ammonia and its derivatives, as well as a cooperation agreement on training and technical supervision. A male suicide bomber strapped with an improvised explosive device killed 1 civilian JTF personnel and injured 4 others at a security formation on Baga Road in Maiduguri, Borno State. The Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations in the state, Wakil Mai, confirmed that the incident occurred before dawn on Monday. Authorities say the injured are responding to treatments. Borno State is the birthplace of Boko Haram, and the group has been largely brought under control, but still carries out pockets of suicide bombings. The senator representing Anambra Central, Victor Ume, has joined the growing number of people commending President Muhammadu Buhari for deciding to honor late Moshood Abiola. Ume says the honor done to the acclaimed winner of the 1993 presidential election, his running mates Babagana Kingibe and the late Gani Fawemi, were well-deserved. But Ume wants the honor to be extended to the former chairman of the National Electoral Commission, Humphrey Nwosu, and others who defied military intimidation to conduct the election. Well, Nigeria will receive an additional $1 billion to strengthen its immunization and primary health care system. The Minister of Health, Isaac Adewale, says the fresh funding, the largest so far in the health sector, is from the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization. It will provide life-saving vaccines for children in the country for the next 10 years. Friday 15th June and Monday 18th June 2018 are public holidays to celebrate Eid al-Fitr. The federal government's declaration is signed by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Interior. The statement congratulates Muslims on the successful completion of Ramadan and enjoins all Nigerians to use the occasion of the celebration to pray for the peace, unity, prosperity and stability of the country. And that's the news. Our time now to check out what the day's weather looks like.
Time for us to go straight to the papers this morning. We're starting with the Daily Sun and the headline, June 12 honors Abiola's Day of Glory. Very nice. And gunmen attack General Malu's brother in Benue. How Oshibajo escaped death as a rock chaplain. And Buhari should address injustice suffered by Southeast during civil war, says Kalu. And finally, Nigeria, Morocco signed gas pipeline agreement. All on the cover of the Daily Sun.
On the cover of The Guardian, it says Abiola's kinsmen demand June 12th as handover date. Lagos wants public disclosure of final moments. And the millions of Yoruba can't be fooled, says Masob. It says here, Nigeria and Morocco signed pact on regional gas supply. Also, accused persons recant allegations against Melaye on firearms possession. That's what we have on The Guardian.
On the cover of The Punch, we have the headline, June 12 election umpire. Nwosu writes federal government on MKO Abiola's award. And also, Atiku's ex-aide asks courts to stop conferment of awards on Abiola others. How we uncovered Diazani's 19 properties, says EFCC. Ghana, others to import fuel from Dangote's refinery. And finally, Lasema, police search for Lagos woman who jumped into lagoon. All on the cover of The Punch.
On the Nigerian Tribune, it says, as federal government honors Abiola today, Nwosu, June 12th election umpire, writes federal government refers to Abiola as winner. Lagos wants record of Abiola's last moments released. And it also says here, uncertainty surrounds Third Mainland Bridge suicide. More about that on page 35. Then finally, on illegal possession of firearms, Melaye's accusers deny allegation. That's what we have on the Tribune.
All right, and then on the cover of the New Telegraph, we have the headline, 25 years after June 12. Abiola's kinsmen demand shift in handover date to June 12. Humphrey Nwosu, President's Declaration, an honor done to me. And then a couple of other writers there for June 12. Nigerians are intellectually aggressive, economically ambitious, says Buhari. I like that. And Nigeria's fuel import hits 963 billion naira in 3 months. All on the cover of the New Telegraph.
The Nation newspaper here says Nwosu reaffirms Abiola as winner of June 12th poll. Buhari says Nigerians economically ambitious. Nigeria, Morocco sign agreements. Then, of course, it says here Friday and Monday are public holidays. And rescuers yet to find lagoon suicide woman. That's what we have on The Nation.
And then we have a little bit of sports. Raw to adopt 3-5-2 versus Croatia. Says no final decision on Super Eagles #1. And Uzoho is 4th youngest player. And Uzoho, I'm mentally ready for World Cup. And Croatia coach, Eagles game is like a cup final. So they're ready for us. And then Eagles hit Russia in style. And then you can see the fashion statement that the Eagles are making on the cover of Complete Sports there. So that's what we have on the cover of Complete Sports.
And that's what we have time for on the newspaper headlines for this morning.
Yeah, of course, we're heading on to the garden now for fitness.
Namaste. Good morning, Nigeria, and welcome to your relaxing, rejuvenating, and refreshing yoga beat on Wake Up Nigeria. So today, our practice or the theme is vitality. All right, so let's wake up everything within us to serve us throughout the day. All right, so we start by inhaling, mountain pose, both feet on 12 o'clock. Inhale, pull your belly button into your spine. Exhale. Take 3 breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Today, decide that you're going to be up to something bigger than yourself. Inhale, last one. Exhale. All right, then fall forward. Make sure your head is dropping down. And just bring your opposite arm to opposite elbow and just gently swing from side to side, inhaling and exhaling. All right, then you take a halfway lift. Keep your head in line with your spine. All right, and then step to high plank. Stay here for 5 counts. Pull your belly button in. 3, 2, 1, and then lower down. And then come up to upward facing dog. And back to downward facing dog. All right, now you're going to step your right foot forward for crescent lunge. Make sure both feet face 12 o'clock. Press or pull your leg backward, lift your heels up. Stack your knees over your ankles and lift up your hands, pulling your belly button into your spine. This is the crescent lunge. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to your heart center and we take the revolving crescent lunge. All right, if you cannot go this deep, you can just stay up this way. Please swing much more. Sinking deep for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back to center. We're going to open up to warrior 2. Make sure your left leg is facing 9 o'clock. Your right leg remains where it is. Now lift both arms parallel to the floor. Press even deeper for 5. Now with each count, try to sink deep. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now your right hand goes by the side of your right feet and lifting your left hand up. Make sure you fix your gaze on your thumb. Inhaling and exhaling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now step back to high plank and gradually lower down. Go to upward facing dog and downward facing dog. So how are you feeling? On the other side, take your left foot forward. Crescent lunge on the left. Make sure you're pressing your right foot back. Lift your heels from the floor. Left leg goes or left knee goes directly over your ankle. And swing your hands up. Pull your belly button in. Press even deeper. Remember, you're being up to something bigger than yourself today. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring your hands to your heart center and take a revolving twist, or you can just stay this way and then even try to twist even more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now open up. Your right leg is facing 3 o'clock. Left leg remains where it is. Arms parallel to the floor and sinking even deeper. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now then take your left hand, press or place by your left feet. Extend your right hands to the sky or to the ceiling, wherever. Make sure you fix your gaze on your thumb. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now press both hands down, step back, lower down, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Now bring both feet together or walk your feet to your hands and then sinking deep, head down. Bring your feet and your toes together, lift your hands up and sink even deeper. Your hips go towards your heels. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your heart center and then take a prayer twist to the right. Or you can just stay this way, whatever feels comfortable for you. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Come up again to center. Bring your hands to your heart center and twist for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down to center. Lift up, mountain pose. Inhale and bring your hands to your heart center. Namaste. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Today we have Chef Juliet in the kitchen, and as usual, she'll be baking something amazing to excite your taste buds. I'll be assisting you as usual. Yeah, it's my pleasure to do so.
Hi everyone, today we're baking the webbed marbled butter cake.
Webbed marble butter cake. So what are we making use of?
Okay, we're using flour.
Okay.
We already have our baking powder in this flour.
Okay.
And we have egg yolk separated from the egg whites. I'm already whisking this. Okay. I'm going to make a meringue with this one. And I also have melted butter.
Okay. You want to bring that here?
Yes. But I'm using margarine.
Okay.
Melted
it doesn't
a little
matter, margarine or melted butter?
Well, butter has more flavor than margarine.
Okay.
So, but it doesn't really matter. We have milk in this one, so we're still going to jazz it up by adding milk to it. Okay. So we'll need to whip this. It's a bit loud, but cocoa powder, but that's not coming in yet. Well, we have the flour with the baking powder. We have the egg yolk. We have our milk. I already have my flavor here as well. I put my flavor here, vanilla flavor. Then we have I'm going to make a meringue with the egg whites and the sugar.
Let's stop that briefly.
Yeah.
Let's go over the process for now.
So we'll start. I need to start now.
Okay.
I'm going to first of all add my flour to this now. Okay.
This is supposed to do 2 pans, right?
Yes, we're doing 2 6-inch pans, but I'm using an oval-shaped pan.
Okay.
So we'll mix that.
So how do I measure what quantity to what quantity?
Okay, I use the metric system to measure this. My flour is about 130 grams.
Okay.
And my butter is 120 grams.
Okay, so flour is 130.
Yes.
Butter is 120.
Yes.
That's for grams, that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we'll now add a egg yolk. So I'll break it up a little bit.
Okay.
It's a very simple recipe.
It looks so.
Meanwhile, I'm already preheating the oven. I'll be using what they call water baking method.
Water baking method.
Yes.
So there's going to be a cup of water.
There's a tray of boiling water
okay.
in the oven. So I add this.
What's the reason for that?
To make it more, I just want to whip in more moisture.
Okay.
So I have a very fluffy outcome from the cake, the texture.
Sounds like a plan. Fantastic plan too.
Okay, so that's 6 egg yolks.
Okay. 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Are those the number of eggs for the egg whites you put there?
Yes,
okay.
Just separated. Why I separated them? When you do a meringue, you tend to get a fluffier mix because you've worked in a lot of air into your mixture. So you add the milk.
Okay. If I wanted to go the extra mile, could I replace this with buttermilk?
Well, for this recipe, you don't need buttermilk because you already have your meringue. The meringue is, for buttermilk, why you add buttermilk is to give it a very crumbly, moist, soft texture.
Okay.
So with the meringue method, you're still going to get that outcome. So you don't need to add buttermilk to it. So you mix this. It looks like a dough, but don't worry. It's going to come out nice. So mix that.
The entire process takes how long?
Say 10 minutes, thereabouts.
10 minutes to get it all done?
I mean out of the oven?
No, the mixture and all.
Oh, well, say like 5-10 minutes, thereabouts.
Not bad.
Okay, so I have this mixed. So I have to finish this up.
Okay.
So.
You told me this will take time, not coming in now.
No, not now. Just what I want to do. So we'll add this gradually. So let me use my spoon. This takes about 4 minutes, thereabouts. 4
minutes.
Yeah. But I've creamed it for like, say 2. So 2 additional minutes. Gradually. You can see that foam is kind of rising up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just break the egg white.
Yeah.
The way it's foamy, you turn it upside down. If it doesn't pour out, your ice cream is ready. So you just add the milk and you go to that. It's always fantastic.
And you call that crème anglaise. Crème anglaise. You call that crème anglaise. So this is almost done. It's a very simple recipe, no fuss. So I'll also get my piping.
Let's just stop it now because we'll definitely go on with that. When we get back, of course, this should be all ready and you'll see the end result as we put this together. We'll go on a break now. Stay with us. We'll be right back. You're welcome back to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria, and a whole lot has been going on while you are away. As it is, we have this ready.
Yeah, and see, we whipped it so well that I can boldly do this on live TV.
You're gonna try it. She did it. She did
Nicely
it.
whipped. So we're gonna fold this in here.
Okay.
Where's my palette knife?
Let me get that for you.
Yep.
There you go.
Thank you. So we'll just fold this. Take a bit.
A little at a time.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you remind us of what went in here?
Just egg whites and sugar.
Sugar. Okay.
6 egg whites and 100
milk?
grams of milk.
Milk went into
Yes.
this. Okay.
Yes. So you fold this.
Egg white, sugar. You said 6 egg whites and 100 grams
of sugar.
Okay.
So you keep folding. So
You know when bakers say folding and you're thinking, how are you going to fold this thing? It's not a piece of cloth. And then you see what they mean by folding.
Yeah. See how it's turning out very fluffy and soft.
It looks good already. Yummy.
And it smells good too.
Yeah. Just remind your children not to eat it raw.
So you have that.
Oh my, this is delicious.
It's kind of like cotton texture by the time
Yeah.
it comes out of the oven.
Goodness.
So folds quickly. You can see the air bubbles.
Okay.
You don't want to lose that.
You just
too
said
much.
quickly. Is there a particular reason for that?
You don't want it to fall flat.
Oh, so it could fall flat if you don't
Yes,
do it
if you
quickly enough.
overmix it.
Okay. That's something to keep in mind when you're making this. You have to be fast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If it falls
Sorry.
flat, just a question for someone who might find themselves in that situation. If it falls flat, is it possible to still whisk it
You
again?
just,
or is
yeah,
use-
just
is
whip
useless?
it quickly
okay, you
and
have to.
dunk it straight into the
Okay.
oven.
Okay.
So you see we have that. Nicely mixed.
Oh, this looks good. You could almost just bite into it.
So I want to make sure everything is fully incorporated. So I don't have this kind of marbly effects yet. I'm going to marble it with the cocoa powder.
Okay.
So I need my bowl, one of the bowls.
All right.
So you see?
You know, there's actually a reason cakes are supposed to be treats. Yeah.
So what's the reason?
So you don't, you know, when you over-treat yourself and end up needing
The moment when your
treatments.
lips finish out of a lifetime on your hips.
My dear, a lifetime on your belly, more like. Like you stay slim and all, and then you find yourself with so much belly fat, and you're like,
You know, people
right.
put their fat in different parts of their bodies. Some their tummy, some their hips, some their shoulders, some their backs, you know, so.
There's a particular anatomy, part of my anatomy I would have loved the fat to go to, but it
Where?
always seems to want to come to my belly.
I know that part.
Yeah, everybody knows that part.
Okay, so now I'm going to put in my cocoa powder here.
Okay,
So quickly mix a little bit here.
let me take this away so we can see what you're doing clearly.
So we mix this. I have 4 grams of cocoa powder here.
Well, why didn't you just pour it in? Is there a reason you're
I'm
doing
marbling
this?
it.
Okay.
I'm marbling. So we're going to do alternate. We're going to pour it into the pan alternately.
Okay.
So
Is this
add
enough?
some
Yeah,
more.
I guess there's much. Okay. All this yummy goodness. Now, this is something fun you could try with your children today.
Absolutely.
It's a public holiday. So you can
that's
get them
true.
to do this. And then there's always a treat for children when you help in the kitchen. You get to lick the bowl.
So now I'm going to portion this into my bowls. I think I'm okay with this. Don't worry about the lumps. By the time we bake, everything evens out. So we put this. Let me put some here.
Okay.
Oh, I can actually put everything here.
Okay.
Let me put a little.
Oh my. This would be divine to bite into.
So I do this.
And then you put more to cover it up.
Yes. I actually have a mixture for 8-inch, but I'm using 2 6-inch pans because I just felt, you know, to make a little extra.
You haven't put any here.
No, that's just like an extra for the extra butter.
Okay.
The whole idea is to work with this one.
Okay. Okay. We might as well marble all of this one and just know we are eating marble land.
I just want a very high cake, so I didn't want to make any.
Is it not going to rise?
It will rise. So I'm going to I'm putting the butter halfway into the pan.
Okay. Okay.
This pan is about 2.5 inches high. So I'm putting the butter. Now this is where I do the webbed stuff.
The web stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, let's quickly see you do that because we have to move on.
All right, cool. So I put that in my piping bag. Can you help me with this?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yep.
Okay. Then what goes in next? This?
Just watch the magic.
Okay.
So we're going to do this.
Titi, you're missing out to all this chocolatey goodness. You know, I really shouldn't have called Titi. I should have called Yomi. Yomi also has a thing for chocolate. So,
one more thing I'm going to do.
Oh my, don't worry. We'll see the end product, right?
Quickly just...
Chef Juliet is always doing amazing stuff right here in the kitchen on Wake Up Nigeria. But we have to move on. The just concluded 2018 edition of Nigerian University's Theatre Arts Festival, NUTAF, which brought together students of theatre, dramatic and performing arts from various universities, has come and gone in Plateau State University, Bukos. Here is an excerpt from the annual festival, a dance performance from dramatic arts students of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria and we're in the garden right now and you're about to see a historically significant performance from the Kings and Queens Ensemble.
Historically, our beginning in 1914, the Sultan of the Northern amalgamated to form Nigeria. Nigeria, our country, our home, our pride.
Still under the British power.
Under Imperial Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Democracy is the tool to operate the rule of law.
Oh, I remember. My father told me a story long time ago.
What?
Democracy. Accommodation for all, moderate road and standard school. Uninterrupted power supply everywhere. Celebrating press control. Never regaling value.
From dollars and the rest of them, Democrats, you have a lot to do.
They're so talented, and I have to bring on the CEO of the Kings and Queens, Mr. Adewale Ayodeji, and he has to tell us, how did you get these kids to do so well? Talk to us about this group.
All right.
Yes.
Good morning, Nigeria.
Wow.
Yes. This is Kings and Queens Art Academy. from Bariga in Lagos.
Amazing.
Yes. So we are from the ghetto side of the Lagos, and I get them from ghetto. While we started like 4 years ago, I was like, I wanted to start something with the children. So I think of, okay, let me start with theater, children's theater group. And that's how we started. And one day, one of them came up with the idea of, what can we do for Nigeria? Can we create a kind of story for Nigeria? So we started like 2 years ago. We've been doing this one around Lagos. So recently we just had to add some things because of June 12th.
Fantastic, fantastic. So you've been rehearsing this for how long now?
Almost 2 years.
2 years, yes. Amazing. Now there are a lot of children here from age. How old is the youngest?
Yeah, Zainab, she is 4.
4 years old.
5.
4? Okay. Okay, and the oldest is?
Bolaji, 16.
Bolaji is 16. Well done to all of you. Well done to all of you. I think you've done an amazing job. But in order to make this better for the kids, what do you need right now?
What we need is, we need a lot of things.
Okay?
Yeah. Like
Support.
when we're coming here, we don't have bus.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
We have to enter public
transport.
Yes. Enter Marua. I even have some pictures on my phone because yes, I
have a feeling things are about to change.
Amen.
These are some amazing performers and they deserve to be seen on the world stage. And that will happen soon by God's grace. Now we have to wrap up now and head back into the studio, but we have to take a break. Well done, kings and queens. Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
Welcome back and a very good morning to you. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. The second segment of the show just started, so you're just in time if you're just joining us.
Somebody seems happy.
I just watched some amazing kids do something amazing, and I can't wait to go and watch the video again. I'm going to have some fun watching that later.
Very nice. Excellent work. All right, so today is an important landmark in our history as a nation. So happy June 12th, Nigeria. Democracy Day starts from next year, so don't forget that. My name is Yomi Owokwe.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinso. We're live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. Look us up at TVC Connect. For comments, ensure you use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
All right, so we've got a lot in store for you over the next hour or so. All parents should listen to this. Therefore, is going to be joining us to talk about the importance of having a father figure in a child's life.
Yes, indeed. And we have a beautiful poetry performance coming your way from one of Nigeria's best poets, Akeem Lasisi.
I will order a cargo of Victorian cream to battle possible pimples on your frangipanic face. You will be my only constituency project, Udeme. If I can dig my way.
And I believe he'll be performing reciting Udeme this time.
Yeah.
Social media is always quite a big part of the show, of course, and the historical antecedent of it.
Akeem Lasisi is going to be talking to us a little bit about the June 12th.
So we'd love to know if you have questions or you have contributions, send them in as soon as you can. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria at TVC Connect and let's have a conversation.
All right, nice.
So earlier you were going to tell us exactly what you remember of June 12, 1993.
Yeah, so I was saying that, so that period, it was elections. Of course, there was no movement. I was mostly at home and I was in Kaduna, in a place called Barnawa.
Okay.
Yeah, which is where I grew up, you know, so.
For me, I wasn't in the country. I didn't come back till 1995. I was still quite young then, a lot younger than people might think. But I remember
so you're
a lot of conversations.
So you're one of those who ran away from the struggle.
Well, I don't think it was about running away because we came back 2 years later. So I don't know. It was about a lot of family members and other Nigerians in our community there. Of course, in the UK, Nigerians plenty. It's like second Lagos. And everyone just came around. They were having some serious meetings and they were always sending us out of the room and we were wondering what's going on, what's going on, what's going on.
You guys didn't eavesdrop or anything?
We tried, you know,
Typical
but
children.
yeah, we tried. we just hear Abiola, Abiola, Abiola. We're just hearing that. And we never really understood the significance until I came back. I came to school here, primary school, and I had to do social studies and government and all those courses that make you read up.
Yeah. I thought you were going to sing the campaign song.
Oh, yeah, sing it. Wait, no, the way he's talking.
No, that one is very popular. I've sung the one for the opponent. That's the one that many people don't remember.
Oh, yeah, sing it.
Bashir Usman Tofa. Okay. Who's the man to make Nigeria a better place? Tofa. You know some things. What to move now? What to move now?
And then I'm feeling like, okay, what's happening here? I started asking these questions and I honestly cannot remember anything. And I can't blame myself. I was...
Yeah, we're really young.
We have to go to the news now, and Blessing and the whole side is on standby.
Hello again. Welcome to the updates for this hour. President Muhammadu Buhari has arrived Abuja after his 2-day visit to Morocco. Nigeria and the North African countries signed 3 agreements, including a regional gas pipeline that extends to Europe through Morocco and will see Nigeria provide gas to countries in the West African sub-region. The pipeline will reduce gas flaring in Nigeria and create jobs. Nigeria also signed a memorandum of understanding for the development of a chemical plants for producing ammonia and its derivatives, as well as the cooperation agreements on training and technical supervision. A male suicide bomber strapped with an improvised explosive device killed 1 civilian JTF personnel and injured 4 others at a security formation on Baga Road in Maiduguri, Borno State. The Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations in the state, Wakil Mai, confirmed that the incident occurred before dawn on Monday. Authorities say the injured are responding to treatments, and Borno is the birthplace of Boko Haram. The group has been largely brought under control but still carries out pockets of suicide bombings. The senator representing Anambra Central, Victor Ome, has joined the growing number of people commending President Muhammadu Buhari for deciding to honor late Moshood Abiola. Ome says the honor done to the acclaimed winner of the 1993 presidential election, his running mates Babagana Kingibe and the late Gani Fawemi, were well deserved. But Ome wants the honor to be extended to the former chairman of the National Electoral Commission, Humphrey Nwosu, and others who defied military intimidation to conduct the election. Nigeria will receive an additional $1 billion to strengthen its immunization and primary health care system. Minister of Health Isaac Adewale says the fresh funding, the largest so far in the health sector, is from the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization. It will provide life-saving vaccines for children in the country for the next 10 years. On Friday, the 15th of June and Monday, the 18th of June, are public holidays to celebrate Eid al-Fitr. The federal government's declaration is signed by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Interior. The statement congratulates Muslims on the successful completion of Ramadan and enjoins all Nigerians to use the occasion of the celebration to pray for the peace, unity, prosperity, and stability of Nigeria. And with that, it's a wrap on the news for the hour. Let's take a look at today's weather forecast, and sports will follow immediately after.
All right, it's time again for the sports update. with Mike Mexicano.
All right, thank you very much.
Somebody offered me a Super Eagles jersey yesterday.
Really?
But it was really big. You know what they call coach size? the ones that the coaches wear.
Okay.
The arms were reaching, it was too big. So
all right.
Oh.
All right, let's head straight to it. Now, African champion Super Falcons have qualified for this year's Women's AFCON after they smashed on 6 unreplied goals past Gambia yesterday in Lagos. The Nigerian ladies won the first leg in Banjul 1-0 a week ago, where and this time striker Desire Okparanozie scored 4 goals with Azizat Oshoala netting a brace. Okparanozie opened scoring for the home team after the 2nd minute from the penalty spot. She completed her hat-trick after 63 minutes before she added a 4th goal of 5 minutes from time. Oshoala was on target in the 44th and 74th minutes. Now, Zambia, Cameroon, South Africa, Mali, Algeria, Equatorial Guinea have also booked their passage to Ghana. And then once again, of course, the Nigerian national team have taken the World Cup style to a whole new level as they arrived in Russia. Of course, they had previously made a name for themselves as a team to watch at this summer's tournament in Russia, not just for the style of play of football, but also for their dress sense. And now first it was the announcement of the tournament kits that sent football supporters crazy. And now it is the travel attire that has got everybody talking once again. Of course, many people will say they nailed it with kits and have delivered the goods yet again as they boarded the plane to Russia wearing traditional Nigerian clothes, buba and shokotos. And then from head to toe, the Nigerian squad have indulged in the culture of a country clearly and have no intentions of blending in with the crowd, with other nations looking to upset those odds in Russia. Now, while sticking to tradition, however, designers of these outfits have also kept faith with the football team by placing the footballs on the colors of the green and white outfits. And now for the 3rd consecutive race in Europe, reigning Nigeria's sprint record holder Blessing Okagbare failed to live up to expectations of her incredible African record-smashing early season performance.
Welcome back. So we're going to be talking parenting now. And with the mother and father as a parental unit, each individual has a role to play when it comes to making a wholesome environment for the child to grow up in. When one unit is missing, it can create a gap, depending. And of course, even a small one, according to experts, is really, really important. Now, with this morning, we're going to be talking to Izefua, who's going to be enlightening us a little bit about why it's important for a child to have a father figure in their lives. Now, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
This idea of a father figure, tell us about it.
So, how does a child come?
Yes.
Not just from the mother, but of course there needs to be a man, there needs to be a father to fertilize the egg, and then the baby is born.
Yeah.
So that already introduces us to the concept of the need for both the man and the woman, which is a given. But we know that culturally, a woman or the role of a mother seems to be amplified over the role of a father when it comes to nurturing the child.
Yeah.
Over the years, we find that fathers are almost seen to only provide security, physical security, financial security, and that's it. So they wake up, they go to work, they come back, they make sure there's food, children go to school there, and that's it. And then the mother does the nurturing, the growth, the day-to-day of the child.
Yeah.
But really, it's not supposed to be like that.
No, but I think over many, not even centuries now, millennia,
Yes.
that's what we have seen.
It's changing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's changing in the 21st century,
Yes.
but what we've always seen is the father is the one who goes out
Yes.
to make sure that
Yes.
the family is all right, and then
Yes.
also, like you said, protect.
Yes, that's what we've seen. But we know that that's not enough. That's what we're talking about. It's not enough. We do appreciate that, but it's not enough for the father to just provide those seemingly essentials without noticing the emotional needs of the children, which they play, in fact, if not an extremely significant role in the development of children. And it's not just, this is not to blame the fathers, it's the culture, sometimes even we the mothers. I recall when I had my first child, I remember how excited my husband was. He would go on Sunday and say, she's going to wear this. And I'm screening and I'm checking.
Yeah.
Is that good enough? Is that more like in our mindset, it's said that a woman should do those things. But we do, science is telling us that we need fathers to be involved in the day-to-day care.
And in the nurturing as well.
Yes, so care. So that care is not just the physical care, in the nurturing, particularly in the emotional nurturing of children.
Well,
and
so
there's a
talk
reason.
about, I like that you brought up, you know, the children themselves now, the fact that you had children and your husband was trying to participate in the nurturing. Now, what I've realized as a father, because I have boys and I have a girl,
Great.
is girls relate to their father figure in a different way than boys do. Can you tell us about that?
So, it's funny. I don't know if girls relate to them differently, but I think even fathers relate to their children differently, to their male children and their female children differently. But here's the fundamental thing I think that is important for us to know, whether mothers or fathers. A father is proven that a father is responsible for helping children self-regulate, whether boys or girls.
Right, okay.
And this is how it works. So the way I play as a mom, the way I play with my children is different from the way my husband plays with the children. Fathers are rougher. There's a rough and tumble. They're more, so if they you find them, they're playing on the floor, they're excited, they're mimicking. But for mothers, we pick up a book, we want to read. For us, things are almost structured. We're singing the songs. But here is the thing. You see that activity of engagement of the physical rough and tumble that fathers have with their sons and their daughters. That is where children learn how to self-regulate, or one of the ways, where a father throws you up and then you're frightened and then you're also excited. That mixture of feeling of excitement, of fear.
And also still feeling safe.
Still feeling safe and then knowing that he's going to calm you down. A child needs that process because then you begin to learn safety and then you also learn how to self-regulate. I can be excited, it's okay. I can be scared, it's okay. And I can calm down. And when they begin to interact with their friends, those feelings come up. They learn to take the cues. It's interesting. They know when they laugh and chuckle and how it makes daddy feel. So they do more or they do less. And they take that into their relationship. So we know now from science that the social relationships of both boys and girls, fathers are highly responsible for helping them develop it. Healthy social relationships.
Okay, so let's talk about, now we've talked about daddy, you know, with daddy who is the father in the house. So how about other father figures, especially with maybe single moms that have to then play the role of the father, the provider, the protector, and the mother in the house. So how do you then introduce a father figure for the children?
So I like you asked this, Yomi, because when we say a father figure, sometimes it's not just for a man to be present, because a father can be present in the house and be destructive to the well-being of the children. If the relationship between the father and the mother is abusive, or the father and the children, we're talking about responsible, emotionally connected fathers in the house. But where you have single moms who do not have fathers, are there males in your child's life? Are there uncles, brothers, extended uncles? A male figure that you know can assume that role, that is responsible and responsive.
And he doesn't have to be there every day.
He doesn't have to be. So it's not the length of time, like I'm here. It's what you do when you're there. It's the child knowing that I have you when I need you. And I have you to connect emotionally. That's why I said, father, you know, sometimes your child is talking to and it's important because our men, because we are socializing our men to be emotionally disconnected, don't cry. The only emotion we permit men to have is anger, unfortunately. I don't know why that is. We're raising a circle where even when we nurture our girls or we nurture our boys, that element of emotional connection is missing, which we need.
So what do we then do to ensure that we are emotionally connected, and not just once in a while, but consistently?
Yomi, we need to accept that emotions are part of living. Even your emotion as a father, your ability to tune into yourself and feel, and allow yourself feel, and be present and notice that your child feels, and that feeling is okay. And to be able to validate that feeling, and not just validate it, guide. Because if you're not present, you do not know what's happening in the life of your child. You're not able to notice even the cues. If you shelve the feelings of your child or shelve everything, you're not able to notice, and then you're not able to guide. which is a powerful thing a father is supposed to do. You're not able to guide your sons or guide your daughters.
Wow. Zephyr, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and we learned so much. And today, speaking to fathers specifically is really, really good. All right, up next, we have a poetry performance of Udeme from Akim Lasisi. And Mike is on standby with us for that.
It will be my only constituency project, Udeme. If I can wriggle my way into the Senate House, when others talk about poverty projects, I will dualize the road that leads into your heart. Before the end of the quarter first, €1 million on your rosy hairs. You will be my only constituency project if I can wriggle my way into the Senate House.
Udeme o, Udeme o, Udeme o, Udeme, Udeme,
Why further boring the mother earth with more bore and boreholes, when the city has given birth to you, the well of life? Instead of battling potholes on the mainland bridge, I will order a cargo of Victorian cream to battle possible pimples on your frangipanic face. You will be my only constituency project, Udeme, if I can dig my way into the Senate House.
Udeme o, Udeme o, Udeme o, Udeme o, Udeme o, Udeme, 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 Udeme.
Why bothering the sky with impudent bulbs, when your eyes alone can light 1,000 streets? Instead of making case for Orita Merin or building more stores in Agbenidugbe, Swiss watches, Italian shoes, I will import from near and order from far, until I turn your wardrobe into a marketplace. It will be my only constituency project, Udeme, if I can rig my way into the Senate House.
Udeme, 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 me, me, me.
All right. Okay, welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and of course you saw his performance a little bit earlier, and right now I have on sit with me acclaimed multi-award winning poet and writer Akim Lasisi in the house. It's great to have you, sir.
Thanks.
You are welcome. You're welcome. That was Udeme.
Udeme.
That's the title of that poem.
Udeme, yes.
Udeme. What inspired that particular poem?
Well, two things inspired it. A lady inspired Udeme originally.
Okay.
Then the Nigerian politics also reinforced it. So it's a combination of two sources of inspiration. It is the poem was meant to be a love song, a love poem, but it so much coincides with the Nigeria, narratives, that it tells the Nigeria's political story.
I know
so
poets are very deep thinkers, so I know you didn't pick that name Udeme by chance.
No.
It wasn't, why from the sound, why that name, why that particular name?
Okay, the song, okay, that is the source of the poem, but the song in the performance itself, Udeme is there is in my office where I work at the Punch.
Okay.
There was a lady, a colleague of mine, named Udeme, whose name is Udeme. So I used to celebrate her with her song over the years, and she's one very robust lady like that. So
now I know how he liked them. Okay, all right, wonderful. Now you have a book here. This is Wonderland Poetry.
Wonderland.
This was done in memoriam of late MKO, who was celebrating the conferment of the GCFR and all of that today.
Yeah.
Wonderland Poetry. How did he? Was it his life, or was it his works, or the struggle? What inspired Wonderland Poetry?
Oh, it was inspired by the struggle and the phenomenon. The struggle. Then the phenomenon of June 12. Whatever happened after and whatever refused to happen later. Those are the things that inspired Wonderland. Particularly the aspect called post-mortem.
Post-mortem.
I felt that everybody was, when Abiola died, medically they said they did their own post-mortem. Politically, people are doing their own post-mortem. Let the poet also do his own post-mortem. So that is what I did.
That was it. So which poem here embodies this book, or embodies that particular, the post-mortem poem?
The segment is called Post-Mortem for MKO Abiola.
Okay.
And one of the poems there reads, "We had seen the victory and kissed our stars. After a tortuous sail of freedom sea, from a cordial distance, we saw the imprisoned mandate dangle like an edible carrot in a famished land. Then we buried our losses, and we kissed the olive rose from the uniformed doves. But when we turned our backs to take home the conciliatory deal, we heard the boom of a cardiac gun, and the absolute fall of our imprisoned dream."
This is really dramatic. So, what are your thoughts about the award to be conferred on the late MKO Abiola today, and making today our Democracy Day? What are your thoughts on that? What do you feel about it?
It's in a way, it's a positive development. At least realizing.
I've said in all ways.
In a way, realizing, even if it's almost too late, the fact that what June 12 represents, what Abiola also ought to have. We needed to have made him to represent, even despite whatever happened. I said in a way because, it's June 12 is bigger, it's larger than Abiola. It's a Nigerian thing. Yes, he is the symbol of it. But we all did the voting. We were massively involved in the struggle too.
I like that. So it's not just about the personality, the person that
it's not just about,
but it's about Nigeria as a collective, our freest and fairest election. We all came out that time to vote and all of that. Good.
During,
I like that.
Not long after Abiola died and democracy returned to 1999, I remember Professor Adebayo Williams. He did an article titled "Remember Rufus."
Remember Rufus.
Remember Rufus.
Okay.
According to him, yes, while you are honoring all those leaders in the struggle, you also remember Rufus. For Williams, Rufus is that faceless man who was also involved in the struggle, probably killed in Oshodi, in Motion, everywhere. So it's remember Abiola, but also remember Rufus.
To the other people out there. So moving on from here and all of that now. After this, I know it has been more or less like a struggle. Before now, the Southwest, a number of people have been struggling for this, but this has come. Is it some sort of can we say, is it some sort of, it's a realization of a dream to a lot of people?
It is.
Moving forward from now, what would June 12 portend? What do you think June 12, what's the weight? What's the import of this
The import
decision?
should be that we should look at what were those ideals that Abiola even wanted to promote with his candidacy. And all those documents, the plans, they are still there. I remember that one of the things Abiola said was that if he was given the opportunity, in the next 6 months, that within 6 months, he was going to fight poverty, to the ground. I believe personally that he had the zeal. He wanted to do so. So if we are honoring Abiola, we also have to look at how can we tackle the problem of poverty, which he was going to, because now, as his poverty, I mean, the level of poverty as we have now is even, you can't compare it to. It's far worse.
I think in February it was an index that we are the country with the most poorest people on it. But then
exactly.
Let's hope that this.
Let's hope that. I mean, so that let's
take it forward from here.
We'll just take it.
Thank you very much, sir. It was great talking to you.
Nice talking to you too.
After this one turn on, we have to head to the kitchen. We have something prepared there for you. Okay, so let's join them there. Yomi Titi, we are coming right now. What do you guys have for us?
All right, we are here
in the kitchen
live, and there's something in the oven right now.
Yes,
but something else is ready.
Yes,
and you guys are going to tell us about it.
Right. Yes, we're going to be telling you about it. But don't you think we should wait for the guest?
No, I think we should start eating it and inform the guest
that's bad, man.
about how nice
does this
it
thing
tastes.
look like a spider web?
Yeah,
What?
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
All right, no, but really, talk to us about
it. Well, I just thought we're not decorating the cake, so to give it some kind of like nice eye candy.
Okay.
So let's just do the marbling effect.
It looks really good.
So I just did the cross and an X, second X, and so you have the spider web on the webbed marbled butter cake.
The initial thing was to do the spiral thing.
Yeah. Spiral thing.
We did concentric circles.
Yeah.
Then we're not
So this was 2 different colors of baked filling, right? Or what are we talking about?
No, we just have the batter. Then we just put cocoa powder and part of it.
All right, so we're going to welcome Hakeem Lasisi is coming in now.
What are you saying?
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That way, sir. That way, sir. Are you saying it without us?
We've been waiting for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
A lot of people have been waiting for you.
Your imagery is amazing. Please have a seat.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So we can officially talk about our cake now.
So tell us how you arrived at this, Chef Juliet.
Okay, we had the batter already mixed, and then we now colored part of the batter with cocoa powder, and we did like concentric circles over the batter, and we used a skewer or a toothpick to do a cross, and an X over the cross, and another X.
Yes, that's to create the web.
So that's how you
see that web design on
And
top.
then you just baked it.
Yes, we just baked it.
Here.
Okay.
So we have the Spider-Man web.
All right. So I think we should serve. I think we should serve it. Go ahead and serve some for him.
Yes. So I'll do that same.
I wanted the chef to do so as quickly as possible. Yes, in a particular way.
So the same way
Mike, last time I checked, people use fork, not knives, to eat cakes.
Okay, that's enough. I think that's enough for the guests.
Right.
That's exactly how I did it.
Oh, it's like in celebration.
Chef Juliet.
So it's our national cake.
Chef Juliet, did you cut it well?
Sorry, that joke was just right there.
Hello, that's a massive knife.
So, Chef Juliet, we're in quite a bit of a hurry now. But am I doing it the right way? Almost.
Yes.
Almost.
Yeah.
Perfectly right.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
Cotton texture.
You got it? Fantastic.
Cotton texture. You can see the springy effects. Okay. You can spring,
Okay, no. All right. Mr. Lasisi, please try have a taste.
Let's know what it tastes like.
And then hopefully some imagery and some poetry will flow from
you see that? Who gave us this?
Cake
player. Jules of Cake Player.
Jules of Cake Player.
Oh, dear me.
You will be my only poem that never ends.
And on that note, we have to wrap up the show. Now we have to wrap up. Thank you to our friends at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories, and of course, Fola, we love you. Thanks for styling our hair.
Thank you very much.
Very nice, very nice.
This is great.
Yeah, you can try.
Have a taste. Have a taste.
Don't just look at it.
I'm even thinking of taking it away for not reasons.
All right then, no problem.
We gotta go now.
Thank you very much.
Back again tomorrow. Wednesday.
It's gonna be a wonderful Wednesday.
Have a nice
7 a.m. people.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.